We've never met face to face.
Okay. Lady here, sorry.
Yeah, I think this is one of the main issues, is that there's been a lot of talk on the Yahoo group about, general disrespect, really. I think it is possible that it's been on both sides, but coming from the office. And it is a shame that they didn't come today, because it would be nice to meet them face to face, to meet all of them. And it is unfortunately linked, I think, with the general perception of who buskers are or how they behave. And they have kind of stonewalled us on a lot of things that we've suggested. And I have to say, unfortunately, it just is often quite patronising, the way that they communicate with us. We're adults, we're musicians, we're professional musicians.
We are human beings.
Yes, we're human beings. Exactly.
Don't be like we've got our mouth shut, yeah.
It's almost like they need to be sat down and just said, you are dealing with, like you say, human beings. They're professional musicians.
On the line, when you call people, really, you get this kind of impression.
But attitudes need to be looked at, because we haven't been speaking about this recently, but in the beginning when LU took over, and I think it's probably still happening, there were just basically a lot of lies going on. And, little lies sometimes, like, I can't even think of examples, but we all knew it was happening. It was almost like just to get us off the phone. And we don't need that. We need respect. Obviously, we need to respect them as well, as workers for LU.
For instance, we've been told, if you do not like this, hand in your license.
Yes.
Really?
If you're not happy, give the license back.
Yeah. It's written, actually. I think there is a reason.
Okay, gentlemen.
This is another bit of communication. If you have a look at who we are, so the majority of buskers, we're just adults that all the time. And the approach of the weekly email, they were targeting the bit of London, like a price of beaches that nobody go, and targeting people from 16 years old. I've never seen any basket or minors. We're all adults. I think it's another example of they really don't understand the reality of our life. We make a living with this. We are not taking this like a joke or something for having fun. It's a serious matter. It's a serious job. It's a serious income. Then don't be targeting all the time like with of London. It could be a fantastic idea, but it doesn't match the reality of what we are. We are adults.
And maybe talk to us first about
the newsletter is targeted at whom? It feels like it's...
A price for that good page in central London for people that are 16 years old.
That's a competition.
Yes. There's another example.
The newsletter was about that rather than about the issues that are...
It's
It's the actual competition.
It would be fantastic.
I think you're saying the competition itself.
Competition itself would be fantastic, but
it could be a good idea.
it's not what the buskers are.
Can we wrap this session, the first item up, because it sounds like everybody's agreed that communications hasn't been basically broken down. There's reasons why TFL is struggling, and we need to kind of reinstitute the system. We need TFL's help to get everybody in communication together, and I'm sure people will have to work with the Musicians' Union as well as the Yahoo group. So, we want everybody to have an opportunity. Can we
put a time scale?
Yeah, can we set a time?
We know that by January, we're running on this. So that gives us 3 months to talk about this and get it down. And that no changes that are not operational, commercial, or health safety are made until we get this going. Is there something you can commit to?
I just don't know how long talks with the musician union will take. I don't know if there's availability. It would be easier for me to just sit here and say, yeah, I can try and make this happen by the end of January. But
that's
fair enough.
That would be great.
We can try
And I would be very
that's
happy.
good enough. You say you'll try to.
I'd be very happy just to act as broker and host a meeting here again, and just see that the paperwork goes out fine and that everybody's happy with it. Just to kind of audit it. Because I've got no commercial interest in it.
TFL is still very positive about the scheme, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely committed to it.
Yeah.
Well, hence there shouldn't be any problem. So, really speaking, there shouldn't be any problem with that.
Yeah.
We are not trying to kill this by the death of 1,000 cuts.
I was going to go
Well,
back
we
to
have one.
before.
All right, gentlemen, here's
One
John.
point before we tie this section up is, I mean, yeah, we talked about the committee and so you can't go for a deadline for the committee. But just to bring back to what Michael just said, we'd like to know that no changes to pure and busking issues are going to be made without consultation, such as
Is there
what
anything on the
proposed
go?
2 weeks ago.
No,
Without further business.
So even if it takes till March to get the first meeting,
They're still going to leave the system alone, or leave pure and busking issues alone.
But the action point I'm going to take here is that there's agreement, we're going to aim to have some kind of mass meeting as an inaugural meeting for a representative system, yes?
Yeah.
And if you want me to help with that, I'm happy to, but that's up to you.
Yeah, it's just whether we have another mass meeting, do we have a meeting with those reps, do we have...
Yeah, if you want to elect some reps,
to both of
you're
those,
going
we
to
can
have to
figure
have
out a
an
way to
election.
do that.
Well, we're going to need the LU
We
first
need
to
that
get in touch.
database. They're the only ones that have the database.
Yeah,
We don't have it. We
Yeah.
don't have access to
And not everybody is on email, this is the other thing, so probably
Absolutely.
everybody needs to be posted the letter. Well, the current system is not great.
We will work with, and I accept that not everybody's part of the musicians union, but we're a big company that needs to work with a representative body like that to make something happen.
But in order to do that, sorry, Val was asking me, would we be happy with the ballot? And I said, absolutely, that's what we wanted to try and do. But in order to do that, you need to give everybody a chance to stand. So that requires communication. And you need to give everybody a chance to understand. So quite possibly we need a meeting where there's a hustings or something, we get a chance to... So we need help from LU or from you, Val, to do that.
Nobody can do that.
We can be up and running.
However we think that, I'm not trying to prevaricate here, I just can't picture in my mind yet how it would happen, but...
I think it would probably be helpful if there's a very small party,
A
organised,
working
a working party to make the bigger things happen,
To make it
probably.
happen.
And I don't know, Michael would probably be keen to be part of that, seeing we...
To make this...
A little steering group to get an election together of some sort, whether a mass meeting or ballot close, and then to move on from there, yeah?
Can I make the point that it's great to hear you say these things that you would like to see the committee set up and that you're willing to help us set it up. I contacted the Musicians Union shortly after getting my licence, and I know that talks have been going on ever since, and it's great to hear that they're continuing to go on and that those will be part of the solutions that we all find together. As the straw poll you just saw showed, maybe about slightly less than half of us are members of the Musicians Union, and I think it's important that the meeting with representatives of all of us continues on a separate track from meetings with Musicians Union, that talks with Musicians Union can't hold the committee up, because the Musicians Union are only representing some 30 or 40% of us anyway. So they will be very helpful and a partner in that.
We don't want to run the election through the Musician Union.
No.
We want to work with the Musician Union to understand how you would conduct a fair
It'd be good to
you don't have to be in the Musician Union to be in there.
They've already offered input on that, in fact, so we can
I think
make sure that that's forward
quite
applied.
happy with the Musicians Union, whether they're members or not, I think.
Okay.
There's hands at the back.
Yeah, just to sort of facilitate this whole process moving forward, because you seem fairly sceptical about how it's going to work in practice, would it not be a worthwhile suggestion to get one of us to draft a letter suggesting the ballot, how it's going to work? We forward it to you, and you actually forward it to all the email addresses you have on your database. That would be a way in which we could get the process going pretty much straight away.
I'm not sceptical about it at all. I haven't had that discussion with the musician unions to know how it would work yet. Do they email ballot?
I thought Amanda made a really good suggestion. So let's get a little steering group together. It doesn't have to be forever, but just to set up the system.